Due to the wrong conception of most immigrants about Canadian language, this video exposed some facts about the importance of learning English or French before even planning to come to Canada. Viewers' discretion is advised. Hi nomads, welcome again. I'm going to start this episode expressing myself, and I gotta say, I'm concerned about you because some people from my home country were asking me to create some content in Spanish, and I'm going to do it eventually. Okay, to be honest, when I was doing my research, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos about migration processes in Spanish, my original language, and I idealized that anybody could do fine by speaking Spanish in Canada, and that was a huge mistake. However, it's extremely important for you guys to understand that if you decided to come to Canada, you have to come with at least a medium level of English or French. In Canada, of all immigrants, 95% speak a mother language other than English or French. Anyone could assume that due to geographic proximity, the third most spoken language in Canada would be Spanish, since the Latin American countries are on the same continent, right? However, according to statistical data, approximately 74% of the population residing in the country speaks English, 21% speaks French. In a minority, we have Chinese in third place, spoken by 1.5%. In fourth place, Hindi or Punjabi with 1.3%. To the paired with Spanish, 1.2%, followed by other languages like Italian, German, Tagalog, Arabic, Portuguese, Polish, and many others. Come on guys, I said this before. Make time to learn a little of English or French every day. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about because I make mistakes every day and I'm still learning how to speak in English. It's mainly important for you guys to find a method to practice English every day. You can do it while you are doing your research or even just watching these videos in Nomads. And that's how we got to this crappy moment. Subscribe and follow us on our social media. Now, let's get to the point. I will summarize it for you just like that. Even if you are just checking out the IRCC website, you are doing it in Spanish. But you will get to the point when you will need to communicate with someone in the Canadian embassy. And what language do you think they are going to use to communicate with you? After that, you maybe were lucky and you got your visa. So you buy your ticket to fly to any province in Canada. And how do you think you're going to communicate with the officer of the Canadian Border Service Agency? I've heard about some cases where people were rejected to step out of the airport and they had to buy a ticket to fly back to their home country. Just like that. Maybe it wasn't just because they didn't speak English or French, but just figure it out. You're coming to a country where you need to speak English or French, so you need to understand it. Now, let's say that you just passed this part in the process, and if you're not a kid, or if you don't have a sugar mommy or sugar daddy, you will need to do everything on your own, because as a newcomer, there are a lot of things to do. I said that in a video before, just check it out. And how do you think you're going to be able to do everything here? So, you just can't use the translator of Google for every single sentence. I know this might sound rude, but if you think that you don't have the time to learn a new language, or maybe you think that you're too old to learn a new language, man, maybe you're just not focusing on your goal. If you dare to come to Canada with a basic level of English or French, just do it. Nobody's going to judge you. There is a high level of empathy in the people here in Canada. And trust me, they will try to understand you. And even sometimes they will motivate you to communicate in the right language. And soon or later, you will realize that you are learning. Come on guys, there is no worse procedure to do than the one that you never start. Tools are over there, and they are free. You can find YouTube channels and websites where you can find a lot of lessons of English, and you can learn from it. So, it's just a matter of time and dedication. Well, that's it. Subscribe to this channel, tap the bell of notifications, follow us on our social media, follow us on Facebook because we have Facebook, follow us on Twitter because we have Twitter, follow us on Instagram because we have Instagram, and follow us on TikTok because we have TikTok. Thank you, Nomads. Bye bye. Okay, Nomads, let's be honest. Just because this is not a funny video, it doesn't mean that you won't like it. You're interested in Canada, you're doing your research, so thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for next videos. You will have some information and entertainment at the same time. Let's keep in touch. See you around, Nomads.